it's been almost 3 years now since
Mm-hmm.
Black Panther came out. You still have people out there, and my opinion on that movie is what it is, right? If somebody doesn't
Right.
like that movie, they're entitled to their opinion. But when you go out of your way to try to say to the movie that made over $1 billion and also kind of the movie made over $1 billion. It was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, and then took home one for, I believe, costume design.
And I think soundtrack and a couple others.
If you didn't like the movie because you felt like it was a derivative, or if it was too similar to other movies that you've seen before, that's cool. But when you got motherfuckers going out of their way to say, well, I didn't like Black Panther because it was too African. I didn't like Black Panther because it didn't seem realistic. No African country could ever have this many resources or be this powerful or have this kind of standing in the world where in real life XYZ. No, like what are we talking about right now? And I mean,
Right.
I know that we went on a tangent from what you were saying, but all of these things play into the same chorus. It all plays into the same topic.
We got these motherfuckers out there saying, like you said, Black Panther is not special. Blade, Blank Man, Meteor Man, Steel, Spawn. These guys were all there before Black Panther. So Black Panther is not special. It's not the first African American lead character in a superhero film. These guys are making fun of people wearing African garb and suiting up,
Uh huh.
looking sharp, having their daishiki songs or having their suits and ties on or their nice colorful dresses. These are the same. These guys are making fun of black people
Uh huh.
dressing up for Black Panther, right? But
Yeah.
yet you embrace and love a guy who dresses the Joker, who put on fucking clown makeup and a green wig and a hoodie, and you have no problem with that. You're like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. You know?
Or you know, you identify with that character more. Oh, okay.
Right.
All
Or the
right.
dude that 3,000, 4,000 Iron Man suit, or a movie replica of a Batman suit, or hell, even someone who
Right.
just has a Spider-Man T-shirt and watch a Spider-Man movie. You have no problems with that. You don't say shit about that. You don't say, these fans are really into it. But someone in a daishiki watching Black Panther, oh God, why is he wearing a daishiki? Right?
That's when it's just a movie. That's when it's all of these things. Like, man, again, we talking about the same thing. Like
Yeah.
consistency consistency is a big issue in this age of instant reactivity and commentary, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that everybody has an opinion on every topic, but not everybody has an informed opinion, or not everybody has an opinion that's actually been critically assessed before it's been expressed to the masses. And like that part of it, again, that kind of shit makes everybody look bad. I'm not gonna stand up on a mountaintop and try to tell people why I like Black Panther or why I feel like that's a great movie. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have to do that because I enjoyed it for the reasons that I enjoyed it. I feel like it was a great movie, but it also had an impact. That's how I felt about it. I feel like that movie was a meal. It was a good meal. It was a meal that tasted good but was also good for you. That's my opinion on that. I'll never go out of my way to try to take away from somebody else's enjoyment in a product because I don't like it. Like my life isn't that miserable, and I'm not that kind of person. Like I would feel like a weirdo, bro. I would
Oh man, keep cooking, man. Keep
like,
cooking.
yeah, I would feel a way about myself as a person if I were to go out of my way to do that kind of shit.
As an Asian American or as an Asian person, when you see films like Jet Li and Hero and Fearless, or Donnie Yen and the Yip Man series, or that in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, when you see these films, does it not instill a sense of pride within you to see your culture celebrated on film? Your clothing, your language, your customs, your traditions, way of life, history, martial prowess, essentially your identity or a part of your identity is on display to be celebrated for the world to see. As an American, when you see a film like American Sniper, with Kyle killing terrorists, defending his country, a man of service being a hero, does that not make you feel pride of being American? Does that not make you feel like arming yourself up real quick to head down range? Saving Private Ryan, Glory,
Mm.
Top Gun, Independence Day, Rocky 4, The Patriot, America, fuck yeah. Do you not get a sense of feeling and emotion when you see these films? So when you see these films highlighting the best of this country and what the country has to offer, the patriotism, the culture, how we don't give up, the music, the emotions, it hits you in a way that
Mm.
makes you feel honored to put on your OCPs and military uniform, that you got the American flag bumper sticker, that you want to go to a baseball game, vote, eat apple pie, the whole nine. When a
Mm.
film like Black Panther does that for black people, what's the big fucking problem?
Mm.
How can you see Black Panther and see that and say that it isn't special? Knowing how films can resonate with people and make you feel a particular way. That's what films are being made for, and essentially, how you
Mm-hmm.
know. And so it's like Black Panther isn't that special, all right? So like you get shivers down your spine when Luke Skywalker looks on to see the twin suns set on Tatooine, when the John Williams score is in full effect, right? And you're just like,
Yep.
oh, like you're on the edge of your seat, like damn, the emotions are hitting you. Or when the reinforcements arrive in time to aid Cap and the Avengers rush down Thanos' army. But you
Mm.
can't see the emotional connection to T'Challa talking to his deceased father in the ancestral plane in native African tongue, telling his dad, I'm not ready to be without you. Get the fuck
Uh,
out of here with that shit, man. It's
yeah,
bullshit.
dog.
Bullshit. It's like you said. It's like you got this demographic that's your fan base, and you gotta put coal into the fire to keep your channel going, to keep your content going. But again, you don't even have the context. You're fanboy over all these moments, but black people get one little highlight, one
Mm-hmm.
highlight, and you're like, it's. I don't know why they're making such a big deal about this movie. Yeah, you mentioned Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and you're like, yeah, that was a great movie. That same energy, you're making fun of black people for celebrating Black Panther. And here you are, you got the fucking chain with Frodo's with the ring on your damn chain, and you're like, oh, Black Lord of the Rings is like the greatest thing ever. That same
Uh-huh.
energy that you display for these other fandoms, you're making fun of for black people, and it
Right.
doesn't look good. It does
No,
not look good.
it doesn't. And this is the kicker right here. If that movie didn't make an impact the way that some of these guys, you know what I'm saying, the way some of these guys would like to try to pretend that it didn't, then what came after it would have never happened. What a lot of these things never would have happened. You wouldn't have had you wouldn't have a an African British woman with the 007 numbers attached to her in a James Bond movie. That would not have
Right.
happened. Even though The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, has carved himself out a career as the highest paid actor or the biggest movie star in the world, he's still a minority. He's still a minority. The fact that he's able to be in a movie based on Black Adam, but not only that, but Hawkman can be casted as an African American actor based off of this here. If Black Panther didn't have an impact on Hollywood and an impact on film, none of these things would be happening. Like, let's not get it twisted. I'm never gonna like, bro. Now I gotta, now, yeah, now I
Yeah.
gotta go in a little bit now too,
Go ahead,
because
man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
let's not get this fucking twisted here, bro. Like, I'm never gonna cape up for Hollywood. I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna say that the movie industry is ran by people who have anybody's best intentions in mind besides their own. It's not, they're not doing this for the love at the end of the day. Warner Brothers, Universal, MGM, Sony, Disney, whatever, any studio that you want to bring up to name, they're not doing it for the love. They're doing it to continue making money, right? Black
Green is all
Panther
that
comes,
matters in the end.
yes, Black Panther comes out and makes over $1 billion. These old executives who are in these fucking studios are sitting at their desk looking at these numbers and they're thinking, okay, so we can get black people into the movie theaters. What do we do next? I wonder what we do next.
I mean, to black people, Black Panther was like Black Lord of the Rings, Black Star Wars,
Yeah,
Black
you
Game of
see what?
Thrones.
And the thing is, that, like the point where we get lost in the plot at is it's not like black people aren't fans of Lord of the Rings. It's not like
Right.
we weren't. It's not like we weren't fans of Gladiator or
Mm-hmm.
Braveheart or
Ooh, classic.
or Goodfellas or The
Mm.
Godfather Part One and Two or Rocky or any other movie that comes to mind as one of your favorites or fucking Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs or none of that. Like it's not like we weren't fans of those movies the same way that people of other races were. The whole point of it is that even though we were consumers of these products, yes, we had Blade, which was a great movie, which is in my top 10 all time superhero movies. Yes, we had Spawn. Michael J. White did his thing in a very bad movie. Yes, we had
Yeah.
Steel, but the less said about Steel, the better. Shaquille O'Neal did what he could, but Steel, come on, bro, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Blank
Right.
Man, Blank Man was cool. Blank Man was a funny movie, but at the end of the day, Blank Man was ghetto Batman. That's what Blank Man was. Let's not get it twisted. Blank
Mm.
Man was a parody of Batman. What if Batman was black, poor, and from the ghetto?
Keep
You
cooking,
see,
bro.
you see what I'm saying? Yes, these are movies.
Uh-huh.
Even Meteor Man. Even when that movie came out. Yes, Robert Townsend tried to do the classy black superhero thing. He wrote and directed that movie. Yes, even with a movie like that, yes, all of these things predated this large moment that resonated within not only our culture but the entire world. Yes, but for people to find a reason, you can't make fun. You can't be over here saying that black people look bad or say something about black people going to the premiere of this movie wearing African garb when when a Star Wars movie comes out and guys put on stormtrooper costumes. There hasn't been a single Star Wars movie. There has not been a single Star Wars movie that came out on Halloween throughout almost 40 years of them producing Star Wars movies. Not one has ever came out on Halloween. But yet, motherfuckers will wait in line for 12 hours and wear a stormtrooper costume.
But
And
me
I'm
wearing
not,
my daishiki, that's too much.
yeah, but I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much by wearing a traditional African garb. I'm doing too much. But see, I almost got in trouble. I almost did
Oh
it.
man.
I'm not gonna take this and turn this into something that we don't need to turn it into. Because like I
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
we're not doing this to be two angry guys yelling at the internet, but this is a point of contention and a topic that I think needs to be discussed when you have people who are out there gaining large amounts of views and support and comments when this is bullshit, bro. Like the very first video that we put out was talking about how X-Men might have been doing too much, but we was kind of rocking with it because it was something different. That was the first video that we put on this channel, man. And a lot of these things as it relates to entertainment always kind of go back to this thing, man. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not saying that Black Panther is Citizen Kane or Casablanca. I'm not saying that. But at the end of the day, man, like shut the fuck up. If you didn't like the movie, you didn't like it. But don't say that you didn't like it just because black people liked it.
Right,
Because
right.
if if only black people enjoyed that movie, it wouldn't have made a fucking $1 billion.
It's not hard to understand, yo.
It would it wouldn't have made $1 billion, bro. Me and you were both active duty in Minot fucking North Dakota. I went to see that movie. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 days after it came out, and me and my wife could
Mm-hmm.
barely get a seat in the movie theater.
That motherfucker packed, boy. And for mine out North
And
Dakota, that's rarity.
okay, and it goes without saying that it wasn't a theater packed full of black folks that went to see that movie that day. So what are we talking about?
Nah.
What are we talking about right now, man? Like,
And
yeah,
I
man.
remember some people were like, I'm not sure if I want to watch Black Panther, but it's like, the Avengers, yeah. You watch Civil War, yeah. It's a Marvel movie. Well, I don't know. This one feels different. Like, all right, sure, sure, sure.
And then went to see it anyway.
I went to see it anyway. Right, because it was that good of a. It was a good movie. It was, and we're not saying this is the greatest thing ever, but we're saying it was. How can you say that it wasn't special when obviously, if you look at the box office numbers, if you look at the merchandising, if you look at the impact and what it had on movies afterwards and what roles were
Mm-hmm.
being selected and how eyes were open and these big Hollywood execs are saying, oh shit, we can get, we can make a movie like this and it can appeal to everyone, but have different minorities being in charge, being in the lead, and being marketed as the main,
Yep.
the main character of this film. So, and I like what you said before, man. We had no problems watching Lord of the Rings. We had no problems watching Star Wars, and Lando was the only black dude in the we
Yep.
had no problems at all with all these different films where we weren't exactly in those films, and sometimes we were actually kind of disrespected in those films. The
Oh,
first guy to die in a horror film was a black guy, or all the stereotypes, or et
yeah.
cetera, et cetera. We loved and consumed all of these films, and
Yep.
we had our complaints, but at the end of the day, we still put our money. We put our money up and watched these films because we loved the content. We didn't need to see ourselves represented in these films to enjoy it. Unlike it seems like this this group of fans, this demographic needs to feel like, yeah, I got to be in charge. We got to be in charge. I got to
Yep.
It seems like this demographic can't accept looking outside the box and appreciating others in the lead role or
Yep.
appreciating others' cultures being celebrated. It seems like they're uncomfortable with anyone else getting the highlight except themselves. And then, it's just, I mean, for all these guys out there who are saying Black is special, you let me know what other film with a majority black cast with that kind of budget that achieved that level of critical praise and commercial success. You let me
Mm.
know in the history of fucking film. You let me know what kind of film had the same accolades and same success as Black Panther. I would
Mm-hmm.
love to know in the comments section. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't do my research and homework. But you just let me know. Any other film
Right.
like that has made over $1 billion in the box office.
And again, I think it's easy to make comments without context. Like you were saying, man, it's not the energy is not consistent across the board when it comes to this.